Hi, I'm Salome Grasland. I'm a consultant here at the Information Lab, and today I'll be walking through weekly challenge number 427. So for this Alteryx challenge, what we're going to be doing is basically looking at bookstore data, and we want to analyze book sales over a specified period of time to determine whether sales are increasing, decreasing, or remaining stable. So what we're going to be investigating is book sales for each 6-month period ending in March, April, and May of 2024. So basically, we're going to be looking at the 6-month period before those 3 months individually for each of them. So, for example, when we're analyzing March, we're going to include the sales for March plus the preceding 5 months. So the March analysis will include October 1st, 2023 to March 31st, 2024, and same thing for April and May. Then we're going to calculate the total number of books sold for each analyzed period, and we're going to figure out what was the most popular book during that period. So we get two data sets. We get one data set containing book sales from 2021 to 2024, and then we get another data set that's just containing the specific periods of time that require analysis. So this is what our end data should look like. We're going to have basically the start of the range and the end of the range for March, April, and May. We're going to have all the book sales in that range, and then we're going to have the most popular book in that range and the number of books, uh, the count of books that were sold for the most popular book. So let's get to work. So let's take a look at our data. So the first data set we get is just book titles. So here we see the book title and we see the date it was sold. So a book could have been sold twice on the same date. And the next data set we get is basically just giving us the start and the end date for that month to report. So this is for the month of May. So the reporting period for that would begin in December. Cool. So the first thing I want to do is I just want to get a range of all of the dates we're working with, and then I want to limit the book set. I want to limit the book data to just that. So the way I'm going to get that whole range of data is I'm going to grab a summarize tool. I'm going to connect it to my date range data here. And what I want to grab is I want to grab the minimum from the start. So let's grab min start, click run. So that's going to give me the earliest, basically, start date we have in those ranges. And then I want to do the same thing with the end date, but I want to get the latest end date. So I'm going to grab another summarize tool, and I'm going to do basically the same thing, but this time I'm going to grab the max. So let me check the output of that. So now what I have is the latest date in my data set. And basically what I want now is I want these two dates in a wide format. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to use a join tool. And I'm going to join these two values to one another. And you may be wondering, okay, but what are we going to join on? So here we're actually going to join by record position. So this is not a very commonly used configuration in the join tool, but we're just going to join by record position. So I'm going to click run. I'm going to check my J anchor. And what I have now is this wide data set that gives me the minimum date for those ranges of dates we're looking at and the maximum date for those dates we're looking at. Cool. So now that I have these two dates joined, what I want to do is I want to append them to my book sales. So I'm going to go back to my join palette and I'm going to append fields. And what I want to do is I want to connect this to the source anchor of this, and I want to connect the book sales to the target anchor of my append field. Let's go ahead and click run. So now what I have is the date the book was sold, the book title, and then the range of dates I'm looking for. So this is going to be convenient because I'm basically going to create a Boolean calculation that tells me if this date is within the range of these two dates. So what I'm going to use now is a filter tool to filter this data. And basically what I want is a filter that tells me if this date is within the range of these two values. So that's going to look like, tell me if date is greater than or equal to the min start and date is less than or equal to the max date. So basically here I'm just trying to figure out if that date value for each book falls within this range. So is date greater than or equal to the minimum start date, and is date less than or equal to the max end date? So I'm going to click run, and everything coming out of my true anchor should fall within that range. So if I click on my true anchor, that book date should be within that range of dates. That's what I'm seeing. And if I click on my false anchor, I can see that this book date of 2023-01-01 is less than that minimum start date, so it falls out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to append that monthly data again. So I'm going to grab another append tool, and I'm going to connect the true anchor to the target here. And I'm going to grab that data set that has that month to report and connect it to the source here. And go ahead and click run. And now I have a data set that gives me the date of the book title, the start and end range that we're looking for, and now also basically the start and end range for that month to report in. So this will tell me which report that book belongs to. Cool. So now what I want to do is I want to filter the data to the date range and filter sales within each range group. So I want to know basically if this book falls within these date ranges. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to grab another formula tool, and I'm going to create a column called in range. And I'm going to create this Boolean calculation here, which is going to look like this. Basically, I'm saying if the start of the range is less than or equal to the book date, and the book date is less than or equal to the end of that range, then 1, else 0, end if. And I'm going to click run. And now I get this Boolean value telling me if that book date is within that range. Okay. And now what I want to do is I just want to keep the books better within that range. So we're going to use a filter tool for that. I'm going to grab the filter tool, drag it to my screen, and then I'm going to say if in range is true, then keep it. Click that run icon. And then everything coming out of this true anchor should be books that are within this report range. Now what I want to do is I want to get the total sales for each range and then get the total sales for each book in each range. So let's go ahead and get the total sales for each range first. So I'm going to go to my transform palette and I'm going to grab a summarize tool. I want to connect this to my true anchor, not my false anchor, so I'm going to switch that origin. And what I'm going to group this by is I'm going to group it by the month to report, and I'm going to get a count of all the books. So that way I can know basically for that month to report in what was the count of books. And I'm also going to rename this count to the same thing we had in the output here. So this is going to I'm going to call this all book sales in date range. All book sales in date range. Click run. And then I'm going to do the same thing, but this time I'm also going to include the book title. So I'm going to grab another summarize tool, connect it to that true anchor. And then this time I'm going to group by that month that the report is for and also the book title. And then get the count of book titles. And I'm going to rename this as well. I'm going to rename this to book title sales in date range. Book title sales in date range. Click run. So now for each month to report, I have the book title and how many of those books were sold. So now I want to keep only the most popular book for each month that we're reporting in. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to sort these books first. So I'm going to sort them. I'm going to sort by the book title sales in date range, descending, because I want the highest value first. Okay. And now what I want to keep is just the most popular book for each month that we're reporting in. And the way I'm going to do that is using a sample tool. So I want to keep just that first book for each report. So you would think, oh, I can do N3 here. No, because we want the top one for each report. So what we actually have to do is do the first book for each month to report in. So we have to make sure to check this month to report. Click run. And now I have the most popular book for each month that reported in. So for month 1, which I think correlates with April, right? Was that our earliest month? Or March. March had Lord of the Flies as its most popular book, then The Great Gatsby, then The Corrections. So now the last thing we need to do is join all the data together so it looks like this, so that we get that start and end range for that report month, and then all the book sales in there, book title, and then the book sales and date range. So the way we're going to do that is by using a join multiple. So the first thing you connect to it is the first thing it's going to spit out. So I want to connect this data set first. Then I want to connect my overall book sales. And then I want to connect my book sales by title. And go ahead and click run. And then we need to configure that input. So what we're going to use here is month to report. And I just want to drop those month to reports fields. We don't need them anymore. And click run. And now we have the same thing. We have the start of that reporting range. We don't need this, so I'm going to remove this field. We have the count, and then the book title, and the book title sales and date range. So let me just drop that. And let me rename the count here to all book sales and date range. And let's click run. And now we have the correct output. Cool, thank you for following along. I hope this was helpful.